Again, it was never a conscious decision. It was default. I had a total hip replacement in the December of 2018, and unfortunately, the surgeon cut my sciatic nerve, which rendered me paralyzed from my knee down. And not only paralyzed, I had no sensation at all in legs. So it's a thing called proprioception. So I don't know if my leg's on the ground. It just doesn't know where it is in time and space. So I always have to look down to see where my foot lands. And so that was quite life-changing. Took me a while to learn to walk again. I still have to walk with aids, but that's fine. And I have an adaptive car and all the rest. But that was the moment that I stopped litigation. I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore and wasn't going to do it anymore. I was very clear about that. I was just very clear about that. And so that was a gift to me that I didn't have to do that anymore, because I'd been disenchanted. I mean, obviously part of my collaborative journey and mediation journey was to find alternative ways of practicing law. And so I only do mediations now, but it's a brand new business in a way, because I didn't take them on before the operation. Even though I was involved with trying to get them off the ground, we really weren't getting the traction at all. But I like the work. Much prefer it, and should have realized it years ago, but I didn't. So I didn't.
You mentioned loss of feeling in your knee, but did it also create? When I hear sciatic nerve, I'm thinking like it creates like pain too.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does.
Like you said, trying to walk without realizing if your foot is touching the ground or not. How hard that must be. In your email, you didn't focus on the difficulties with me. You said one line in there, the shifts to focus solely on mediation is just one of the many positives that came out of this hard time. And for you to see so many positives and focus, again, we're talking about before, do you feed the hurt and feed the pain? You acknowledge it and you deal with it, or do you grow the positives? And it seems like you are one that feeds the positives in your life and let them expand.
It's happened. It's a fact. I can't change it. And people would also say that I would be angry with the surgeon, and I wasn't. I was desperately sad at what happened, and it's not what I wanted to happen, but it happened. And I didn't want to litigate, because I felt that would just leave me in a completely negative place. And I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to focus on the negative aspects of anything that I was undergoing. And I had and would focus only on doing that which I could do, and improving on that. So initially it was going to rehab twice a week. I got a car, adapted car, and that was fun, learning to drive that. And so that has to be my focus, because I don't like the negativity. But having said this, I must clarify that 2 weeks before my claim prescribed, my judge friend and my senior magistrate friend picked me up. They said, "Oh, are you free for lunch?" And I said, "Yes," on Tuesday. They picked me up and they took me to an attorney. And they said, "You're not going to let this prescription door close on you for a claim." And because it was 2 weeks away from prescription, and it's nothing that I wanted to do anyway. So we did engage in that, and we're in it at the moment. And it's not a place that I want to be at all. But it's tricky, because my husband feels it's important, and I get, because financially it's had an impact, and health-wise in the future, the costs of that may be. And so I understand that it doesn't just impact me, it does impact my husband in terms of helping me financially. And so I'm on that journey, but I'm very glad that I left it to the bitter end.
There are some cases and some matters that litigation is needed and is the right course for. And this type of matter is. And there's a way that you can go about it, perhaps. Like, you can still bring your collaborative framework and mindset into this process and lessen it a little bit. Yeah.
I agree with you. And I have requested my attorney on a number of occasions for us to mediate this with the insurance, the Medical Protection Society, which insures the doctors who are based in London. And they don't have an office in South Africa. And they have said that they're willing to, but we've got to get all the reports in. And the reports are horrible. Got to go to an OT. Well, I've been to an OT, got to go to all the professionals, from the neurologist, all the tests, all the OTs, all the forensic psychologists, the accountants, the actuaries, the orthopedic surgeons. It just doesn't stop.
Sorry you're going through that, and I wish you as much peace and ease going through that as you can.